business owners not happy with the Customs Department. A local institution focusing on the GED program. And stray animals a big problem in the West.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening all, this is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, an advocate in the small business sector is taking the Customs Department to task. He claims that inadequate personnel is creating a major setback. Italia Hall reports.
Small business owner Darren Cooper says doing business with the Customs Department on Grand Bahama continues to be a vexing issue. He charges that there are a lot of inconsistencies within the department. Cooper claims that a number of transfers took place within the department recently, leaving a shortage of customs officers on the ground. He contends that this shortage is now affecting the level of service offered to the public.
As it relates to the bonds department, my business has to deal with bonds on a day-to-day. I brought a car in a week ago, and I just received the entry this morning to pay duty because of the shortage. Bonds department doesn't have a superintendent over it. It doesn't have supervisors in the department. We have grade 2 officers that's manning that unit. A big transfer was made out of bonds, which is a very huge setback for Grand Bahama. We've had an issue last year that the government dealt with this particular unit. It's been brought to our attention that that unit, those persons that were in that unit has been given a level of power again.
Cooper says something needs to be done immediately.
There is a serious shortage. There is shortage all over in customs for Grand Bahama. I've spoken with the DPM on Saturday past. We had a wonderful discussion as it relates to customs. We are hoping that in short order we would be able to have some changes. I'm excited also with the new superintendent. I haven't had the opportunity to speak with him, but to hear some of the things and the concerns that he is hoping to address.
He says that he wants the relevant agencies to know that the small business owners are not going to sit by and accept mediocrity.
We know what we deserve, we know what we need, and we will continue to stand together. I don't speak just on behalf of D's Car Rental, but I speak for quite a bit of business owners in Grand Bahama. This is not political for us. This is about surviving in this community. And some of us have been at this state for some time. And this is all we got, and this is all we know. And so to those persons that seek to come back with vengeance or to come back and make up on what was, we want you to know that the small business community, we're loud and we're strong.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
Now, we reached out to the authorities. However, up to news time, they did not offer a response to the claims. A local college is encouraging Bahamians to prepare for the future as this island is poised for a rebound. Sabrina Brown reports.
As the government works to turn Grand Bahama's economy around, Tarif College is working to prepare Bahamians for opportunities that lie ahead. Founder Terrence Archer says his administration is focusing on persons who did not attain a high school diploma, as greater emphasis is now being placed on the GED program.
We still find that many persons are not finishing high school, not graduating. At the same time, they're not being told about the option to come to an institution like Tarif to get their high school diploma within 1 year with us. If you want to preserve or have some semblance of a quality life, you have to start with the basic fundamentals and to continue to grow so that you can be able to support, to be able to find a job, to be able to have persons to even consider you, because the first thing you're going to be asked in an interview, did you get your high school diploma or did you graduate?
He says the GED also makes the process easier when pursuing a tertiary education.
This will prepare them to be able to take some of the general certification programs that we have, like the BGC, the GCE, the BGCSE, sorry, And so it helps them to be prep for that. And as they would have complete that successfully and to take those external examinations, now they're transitioning into college prep programs. It becomes much more, should I say, easier.
Archer says making that important decision to complete your high school education is nothing to be ashamed of.
We find that most persons who we do have the opportunity to speak with are embarrassed, and they are somewhat intimidated as well, because they look at the younger students who are in class, and most of these are mature students or students who would have graduated for more than 3 to 5 years.
He says Tarif's GED program has already assisted many Bahamians. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
A recent town meeting in West End proved to be informative and beneficial for residents. The new administrator tackled a myriad of issues presented by residents in that district. Kimberly Mullings was there.
Current utilization and closing of the dump site in West End was top on the list for Administrator Don Cornish. The new government initiative called Garbage to the Back is a priority as well. He promised residents that by the end of January, an official announcement will be made regarding the closure of the dump site. Another area of concern was the issue of stray animals in the community. Cornish says the responsibility falls on the owners of the animals.
The concern of not necessarily only about the stray dogs so much, but it's also about these dogs being rabid, including having rabies and other diseases. Not only that, exposing the rest of us to disease, and also for them being aggressive. I mean, I've been in districts, which I won't mention, where I had to prosecute people before the courts and make them pay a fine, and also to pay health for persons who were bitten, including visitors.
This matter was important to the new local government team, so much so that Administrator Cornish says they recently met with environmental health to discuss which measures should be taken to deal with the issue of stray animals.
This is serious, and we have to be more concerned about it, but people have to be prosecuted until they understand. And I hate to say that, but that's just the bottom line. But this is wasted time when we continue to tell people who are adults how to behave. You don't let your children stray in other people's yards. A child is dependent as much as the dog is. But we tell our children be home by a certain time. Make sure the dog in your yard, that's your dog. And if you're not going to keep the dog in your yard, then we're going to find out who the owner is and deal with it.
He told residents to be on the lookout as trees will be planted along Bayshore Road in West End, as many of them throughout the district were destroyed by the recent hurricanes.
This is an effort to restore the coastline as best we can, and it's just a small effort. But if we can begin to do that, then it will protect you as a population. It will also add a whole lot to the environment. And these are native trees. We want you to be able to enjoy the trees. Have your sea grape and your cocoa plum in season, your coconut eventually. I may be long gone, some of you, but then someone will enjoy them. And they will do some things to enhance the community.
Administrator Cornish also assuring residents that he is working on bringing government services to West Grand Bahama at the earliest opportunity.
There are many government agencies that are not here. I'm fighting every day to address those issues. We have a complex that's being built in the area of 8 Mile Rock. But in the meantime, I don't like the feeling of having you go past your house all the way into Freeport to stand in line for a service that you should be able to get right next door.
Administrator Cornish encouraged residents to contact him regarding any concerns they may have moving forward in the West Grand Bahama District. Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
Now, the chairman of the West End Township, Ken Barr Smith, encouraged the residents of West End to use all of the resources available to them to return that community to its former glory.
We have builders within our midst, we have engineers within our midst, we have fishermen within our midst with the ability to do what we need to do. We have hoteliers, we have chefs, on and on. There's no reason why West End shouldn't be named in appearance the capital of Grand Bahama. So I want to encourage you to let's dig deep and let's bring out that West End pride that I know we have deep down. And I know we've been beaten and battered by bad hurricanes and so forth. But the future is very bright for us.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues in just a moment.